Some of us have the passion or yearning to do something to change our status in life, and at the same time make an impact on our corner of the globe. But only a few of us, in spite of all the odds, take our dreams to the next level. This is the story of a few good men and women with the zeal and burning desire to rehabilitate the cocoa industry in Tobago. As a matter of fact, American anthropologist Margaret Mead captured the essence of their journey when she said, "A small group of thoughtful people could change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has." The Tobago Cocoa Farmers Association, TCFA, is made up of a group of people from different walks of life. It includes persons with such different experiences as farmers and agricultural workers to teachers and one man with a master's degree in manufacturing whose main goal is to provide technical assistance free of charge wherever it is needed. These are the individuals who are taking on the rehabilitation of the cocoa industry in Tobago through organic-based farming, with the help of a grant from the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, and the blessing of the Tobago House of Assembly. To facilitate the process of rehabilitation, the farmers are being retrained in various aspects of cocoa cultivation.
When you are to make a decision on planting a cocoa tree, it's a very important decision you are making because it represents what we consider a long-term decision. A long-term in terms of nearly between 30 to 50 years. So long-term. What has happened to cocoa farmers really is that government, the Ministry of Agriculture, has influenced this decision that you are making in terms of what you select to plant, simply because the way of how things were structured. Ministry of Agriculture has been involved in the breeding of all these varieties and in distributing it to you. However, it would have some farmers who would also make that decision for themselves by selecting seeds from an ice pod and planting it back.
Processing involves fermentation, drying, and so on, right? Now, but it really starts with this, the pod. Now, we are lucky in Trinidad and Tobago, we have the best genetic material that we could possibly ask for. This represents over 60 years of research to breed the best adapted, high-yielding, vigorous material that really is a benchmark for quality in terms of flavor.
Agriculture is not a hard thing. As long as you put your mind to it, you will get you very easy. But you just have to have belly. You can't be a swap child.
I'm just one of a number of players. That's how I see it. Whether I'm male or whether I'm female. Being female, I'm comfortable within my skin, and every woman is supposed to be. It's about standing in places where you are able to function and function well. Right now, we're involved in a mixed farming initiative. We do short crops, in the process of extending into longer term crops, and we also do have some husbandry. We have the rabbitry as well.
Most likely have a good retirement, more retirement.
As far as cocoa production goes, I grew up with my grandmother involved in cocoa production. I remember as a child picking the cocoa, sucking the cocoa pods. All right. At this point, we do have some land in the Luido area. That area is earmarked for some cocoa cocoa production later on this year. We're in the process now of having the lands cleared and prepared for, absolute replanting of new cocoa plants. There are a few old trees that we will look at in terms of retaining those and bringing them back. However, it's going to be pretty much a brand new initiative in terms of starting from scratch and developing a new cocoa project.
I wish that the government assist farmers more on the farm, you know what I mean? Because if you look at it here now, if it wasn't for this foundation, this group, I wouldn't reach as far as I've reached here today because I never passed that area.
The farmers felt they could make a difference in cocoa production on the island. Their love for farming, coupled with the need for their level of production to become commercially viable, drove them to use creative means to achieve their goals.
The organization was formed as part of an initiative to allow the Cocoa Board to be more effective in its farmer outreach and extension services. Earlier this year, we formed a cooperative. The cooperative was formed with the thinking that, the cooperative, we needed to form it to operate a business. And we got a license from the Cocoa and Coffee Industry Board to operate a buyer's license. We could actually buy all the cocoa from the producers on the island, the major one being the Tobago House of Assembly. We yet to operate the license. With the operation of that license now, what was paid to an independent agent would now come to us. The agent was paid a commission. Commission would come back to the farming community. Now with that ability to do business now, we could make byproducts out of cocoa, cocoa liquor products, or go as far as to making some dark chocolate products.
As a youngster, I met my father with this estate. It's about 20 or 25 or 26 acres. But my father got all this when he was 19 years old. But the recession came around in 1933, where cocoa, which was then king for most farmers, had a severe recession where the vinegar of cocoa dropped to $3 for 110 pounds. So you could understand how difficult it was for the cocoa farmer in those days. Then we had Hurricane Flora in 1963. So my father gave up on cocoa. He migrated to Scarborough and used to work with the Works Division as a checker. But from time to time I would come back and try to rehabilitate the cocoa. I came back in 1978. I came back in 2004. I'm here again in 2010.
We are Greville Nicholson's daughters, and we are here today to support the efforts of restoring our cocoa estate.
We came up here this morning, woke up very early, and it's amazing, the work that they've been doing. It takes a lot of work to restore cocoa, to plant cocoa, to make sure that everything goes well, and I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing this morning.
Yeah, we're having a very nice time picking peppers and picking sorrel and peas, and we just want to lend our support to our father and let him know that we really we're really proud of him and what he's doing for Tobago.
Each member, except the president of the TCFA, owns a plot of land on which intercropping is practiced. In addition, for the exclusive purpose of fulfilling one of the requirements of the UNDP grant, the association is using a piece of land of one of its members in Louisdor until the THA fulfills its promise of leasing a piece of land to the organization. The TCFA provides its members with planting material so that in 2009, 10,000 young cocoa trees were planted. In 2010, 2,000 because of the period of severe drought, and in 2011, measures have been put in place to plant 30,000. Additionally, the THA and Cocoa Board of Trinidad and Tobago provide technical assistance to the farmers.
My position as chairman is one as that of seeking to enhance what is being done naturally. And I want to just share that in some detail as to the genesis of the project that we're here to celebrate the generous award from the UNDP that is going to support that trust. What I've found, or what I've seen since I'm a little boy, is that Tobago has its own culture where every activity is concerned, and agriculture is no different. People would, if you try to ask people to adopt a strict agrochemical regime in Tobago, they skin up their face and they ain't gonna take you on. They're not spraying any chemicals. Their grandfather never did it, their father never did it, they don't see why they have to do it. So they ain't gonna take you on no matter how much you teach them. They are accustomed planting by the moon, by the phases of the moon, watching the stars, seeing how nature works, and they plant their things. Their grandfathers did it that way. Why should somebody who went to UE, as they would say, went to UE, want to come out and tell them to do things differently? So as far as I'm concerned, my job is to seek to enhance what is being done naturally, so that at the end of the day, the farmer who decides that he wants to grow cocoa and sell it won't die broken. The project itself, what we're going to do here, at least I want you all to look around, because this is the last day you will see this field the way it is. Right? As a matter of fact, this is typical of most of the cocoa farms that you will see in Tobago, at least at one point in time. Broken trees, very old trees, overgrown trees, all that. And what pertains in Tobago is almost a strict organic regime. So what I've done is done a little research and found the people who have experience in organic agriculture, and people who have worked with people globally and executed projects where people have successfully practiced organic agriculture and organic cocoa in particular, and people didn't end up broken and die cussing the government and cussing everybody else. It was a success. So what I've done initially was to partner with them, partner with people like the UNDP, partner with people from the Travel Foundation. Well, one thing about the Travel Foundation is that they are a global organization, and once they start talking, the globe starts to hear about you.
It was interesting listening to Mr. Bob just now talk about taking Tobago into the realm of organic cocoa and seeking to identify Tobago as a source for organic cocoa. He no doubt is aware that he's going to confront a number of challenges that are peculiar not only to Tobago, but to the whole cocoa industry as a whole. From the CCIB standpoint, we have taken a particular approach in terms of dealing with the challenges in the industry. And this morning I want to share with you some of that approach basically. And it focused mainly on what we call a total quality management system. And in terms of a definition, total quality management is a set of management practices throughout the organization geared to ensure that the organization consistently meets and exceeds customer expectations. Total quality management places strong focus on process, procedures and controls and means of continuous improvement.
I'm happy to see that we can have this organization taking the front to bring all the farmers together. Unity, I should say, towards cocoa development in Tobago. We would have been speaking to people out in Germany about having the cocoa industry revitalizing Tobago. They wanted to come to Tobago to set up shop in Tobago, but that didn't materialize. And when I listened to Mr. Bob, the process and the areas you want to walk the cocoa industry, I say you are on the right track. Because I always feel that instead of we export the cocoa beans, why don't we not export the paste? Why do not export the husk? Why do we do the separation in Tobago?
On behalf of the UNDP National Steering Committee, it is indeed my pleasure.